There's a change occurring in nursing world, and I think it's because nurses are tired of being people's punching bags. Now, I don't think the general population knows how we got there. So when you are admitted to a hospital and you are discharged home, you will receive a survey. It's called the HCAHPS survey. It asks questions like, did the doctor explain things to you? Did the nurses answer your call out in a timely manner? Was your room cleaned? Things like that, things that are important to know. But however, in 2011, that got directly tied to financial reimbursement that a hospital received from Medicare. So now the patient perception really mattered, even though sometimes the perception of things is not what it seems. Meaning sometimes your nurse can't answer your call late because she's in the middle of a code. She's doing chest compressions. In the hospital specifically, the waiting room, people looks like nothing is happening. It's dead. It's so boring. And the nurse is just twiddling their thumbs in the back. However, in the back, they're not seeing the codes that are coming in. The strokes, the STEMIs, they're not seeing that. But the patient perception started to matter over the medical care that was being given. So the hospital started to hire consultants. These were not medical people. These were people hired to see how they can maximize the reimbursement the hospital would receive. So they started doing something called scripting. I worked at a hospital where a manager would walk around to ensure that nurses were scripting the patient. Meaning when I would give a pain medication, I would say, this is to treat your pain. Or if I would shut the door, I would say, this is for your privacy. These were questions on the survey, and we were planting that seed ahead of time. So when they got their survey, they would be like, oh, wait, I do remember the nurse helping with my pain. This is things that they would do. What also occurred, though, that patients were no longer patients, but customers. And customer satisfaction mattered. And sometimes when a customer was upset, which sometimes you can give a person the world and they want the universe. And so it didn't matter what we did. We were not going to satisfy everyone. And so the management, though, didn't care. They wanted to know what the nurse could have done to make the situation better. Like, where could we improve? But sometimes patients would cuss us out, throw objects at us, and managers would still defend the patient. So nurses got tired of dealing with this. So there is not actually a nursing shortage. There is a shortage of experienced nurses. So what I mean by that is you work on the floor for 2 to 3 years and you get used and abused. You don't want to keep coming back. So they move on to other avenues in nursing world. And then the new nurses come and they do their 2 to 3 years. So 2 to 3 years, at 3 years is right when you start to get the knowledge acquired to give nursing care, good nursing care. So that's actually what nurses are facing and challenging, and why we're just sick and tired of it, and we're going to stand up for ourselves.